Hey everyone, it's Carly back again with another video. Today's video is my top 5 things that you should expect as a foreigner in China. I've actually asked some of my friends for some of their input as well to supplement my own experiences so that I can give you guys what I believe is the top 5 most important things to know as a foreigner when you come to China. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So one of the first things that you should expect as a foreigner in China is that you will be treated like a celebrity or a freak show, depending on the person. For many Chinese people, you'll be the first foreigner, if not the only foreigner they'll see in their life. So with that in mind, it kind of comes as a shock. For example, if they're trying to take your picture, which a lot of them will, some of them will come up to you like, selfie. They could also just be taking your picture without even asking. They'll just be like, foreigner, do you see that foreigner? That foreigner. Again, some people don't find that comfortable just having their picture randomly taken. If you are one of those people, just kind of be like, 别拍我的照片, which means don't take my picture. Or you can be funny about it and be like, oh, 5块, so you可以拍我的照片. Just basically being funny and saying, hey, I want 5 块if you're gonna take my picture. But just kind of take it in stride. You'll be a little celebrity over there in China. The next thing you should know about being a foreigner in China is that even though you may be in a big city, for the most part, if you go to non-touristy places, you'll have a lot more trouble finding people who can speak English. You don't want to be here in China just being like miming out everything. That gets tiring, and even though it's a good arm workout, it's going to be frustrating. Go ahead and try to know some key phrases to help you make your time, your transition period a little bit easier. So learning those phrases will be really helpful. My next thing to expect as a foreigner in China is that your favorite brands may not be here in China. So there are some brands that are familiar. If you have a brand that you know you can't live without, kind of bring as much as you need for your time here in China. So my next thing to expect as a foreigner in China is likely one of the most startling things for most foreigners when they first come here, and that is the public bathrooms. And so in China, they have a thing that I like to call the squatty potty. And so, as the name implies, you are squatting when you go to the potty. It's a very daunting experience for a lot of Westerners, but it's not too bad when you get the hang of it. Another thing to expect with public bathrooms is that toilet paper is often not provided in the bathrooms, so do not be caught in the bathroom without toilet paper. That is also a very sad experience. And another thing that is different in public bathrooms, there is no soap. There's no soap in public bathrooms. So what I suggest is that you bring some hand sanitizer, or you can even bring soap leaves. But yeah, that's basically the public bathroom experience here in China. My final thing that you should be aware of as a foreigner in China is that you could be the target of scams. And so when I say scams, I mean a huge variety of things. I mean, when it comes to taking taxis, you want to make sure that you ask them to start the meter, which you can say 打表 or 开始表, and kind of just point to the meter. And so that just means that so that you know how much you need to pay at the end, and also give you a receipt at the end of your trip. But for the most part, I would suggest that you use Didi. It's now very helpful where there's an app for foreigners. They'll use your GPS location and it will come to you. If you don't want to use your debit card, as long as it's under 100 kwai, you can pay your Didi cab driver in person with cash. And also, do not follow people. That is the huge thing I cannot stress to you enough. Do not follow people, especially if they're taking you outside of crowded places. I've heard of horror stories where there's the tea house scam. You use your common sense, and if someone's offering you a Prada purse for $20, it's likely not real. Unless you're going for that, that's fine, but don't be surprised if the quality isn't great. There you go. Those are my top 5 things for you to know. if you're coming to China as a foreigner. So I hope that this video was helpful so that you're aware of some of these things before you come to China, so that you're not just caught off guard, and so that you can be hopefully more prepared to handle these situations should you encounter them. That's it for the video today. Thanks for watching. See you later. 再见.